So my project for the summer is called Looking for a Team, and its goal is to make a better way of doing team formation for projects. So currently, the basic way of doing it is by posting on forums. A project leader will put up a posting, put the information in there, and it's not a very efficient method for getting teams together. For a project, they have to search through all these forum postings manually. Most of them aren't going to be very relevant to them. The best they can really do is by doing text keyword searching through the forums or whatever. And it's one-sided too. The project leader can post their project on the forum or whatever, but then they just can wait. They can't really do anything else. So how can we do it better? We can model users and projects and match them based on their skills and areas of interest. So users will be presented with projects that interest them specifically and that they're capable of working on successfully. They have the skills that are needed for that specific project. Project leaders, on the other hand, instead of just doing nothing after they've put up their project, they've given lists of candidates who have these skills and interests in things like their project. So the goal is to have both sides get tailored results that can help pair them together and get successful projects going. So the basic layout is we have the users and the projects. So users, members of projects, fill positions, and then they both use interests and skill rankings to match each other together. So what are skills? Skills represent the user's ability in specific areas. So initially, the focus for this is going to be programming type projects. You can do it online. You don't have to worry about location or anything like that. So I figured that'd be a good starting point. So in programming, skills could be different languages. So your skills in C++, Java, or whatever. Different paradigms, libraries, APIs, anything that you would want someone on your project to have a good grasp of to mesh successfully with it. So the rankings are self-assessed. You choose whether you're a 5-star C++ programmer or you're a 1-star novice or whatever. And so that allows you to kind of gauge yourself, so you're only taking on what you feel you're capable of. So your project list will be filtered by what skills you have and what the projects demand. And then we also have interests, so instead of what you're capable of doing, what you want to do. So these are basically keywords that you would choose that describe things you're interested in and would like to work on. So networking, game dev, finance, robotics. And the more matches you have with other projects, the higher on the results they'll be for you. So the things you're more interested in and things you can do show up at the top. So the matching algorithm, we want to automatically suggest projects based on several inputs, the skills and interests as I mentioned, and things like project age, so new projects that you haven't seen before also get priority. How close they are to being full, how many remaining positions they have. If a project is just missing one key person, then it's a lot more likely to be successful and get running if just one person needs to fill that gap. And then once this gets expanded to beyond programming or even programming in a local environment, you can filter by location as well to get people who are close together. And then this could be expanded into alternate uses as well, different areas. They use the similar user and project model. So you could do real-life projects, meet up together, find people who are close to you. You could use it to form sports teams, find out who's a good goalie, match up with them, and fill that position in your roster. And you could do it to find a study group or tutors in whatever subjects you need help with. And so some future possibilities that can be added onto this later. You can match users based on their personalities. So make sure that when you're working as a group, it's going to work out. Because even if someone has the skills and they're interested in the project, if the team members don't work well together, the project won't be successful. future idea could be reputation systems. So people, the same people are successfully completing projects and working together, then that means their future projects are probably going to be working well too and would get higher priority as well. And then the ability for users to define skills and interests, because there are so many different areas you could be skilled in that it's not going to cover every single one. So if users are able to define their own and search based on those. And thank you to Sean O'Sullivan, Professor Murthy, and all of RCOS. Any questions? Yeah.
Are you thinking about doing sort of like a Myers-Briggs personality test?
Not specifically something that in-depth, I don't think, but yeah, for the personality type matching, like more of simpler questions just to gauge like how you work as a team, different things like that. Yeah.
So you say, yeah, right now you just have all like self-assessments. Do you think about like after projects are completed, maybe people like rank others? Like,
yeah, that'd definitely be like if someone wasn't quite as good at something as they say, you could maybe recommend that they rank themselves lower. But yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Yeah.
Do you know what you want to program this on, where you want to start with this?
Yeah, I'm writing it in Django.
That is the backend. What do you have a database, or how does it work?
SQLite.
SQLite.
Yeah.
Have you heard of WitDeck?
Yeah. I was looking at that. I think it does address some of the problems in like compared to a basic forum setting or something. But I don't think that it like categorizes everything for you. I remember. I haven't been there in a while. But it doesn't match up as well, I don't think, as what I hope to do.
Okay.
We've done this, developed at RPI through the management school, I think.
Yeah, I have another question.
Okay.
Like, what do you see as the difference between this and something like LinkedIn?
Well, I'm not that familiar with LinkedIn, but I see that more as the networking thing. Like you can see who they've worked with, which there's some overlap, but this is more of putting your projects on here for people to see, not just like the people themselves who are on LinkedIn. You can see who they've worked with, but this you can actually see the projects, see what matches up with you.
So it's more like project-based rather than person or like employee-based?
Yeah, it's a mix of both. Yeah.
In actual use, would this be implemented on one server and accessible to the entire world, for example, where people would then create projects on it, or is it something you host yourself?
I see it more as, the test site basically would be focused on programming, things like that. I hope to make it modular enough that someone could add it to their own site for some other specific interest.
Okay.